In this video, I will show you how to use any API in Make to access infinite hidden integrations. We will see what is an API and how does it work, the differences between GET and POST requests, how to use it for existing module, meaning you have a module in Make but you don't find the function you want to use, or a non-existing module in Make. Let's start with definitions. This is how an API works. So you have the client, this is you, your computer. You have the API and the server. So you will make one of these requests, get, post, put, delete. These are the most used one to the API. The API will make an HTTP request to the server. The server will answer to the API with another HTTP response. And the API will give you an output as a JSON mostly, but you can select XML or HTML. As I said, we have multiple type of requests. You have get, put, delete, post, and others. But the main one are get and post, so we'll focus on these two. Let's take an example so we can understand it better. Let's say we have a natural reserve with thousands and thousands of animals, and they provide API keys to their workers. The GET request will allow you to retrieve information from the database. You will be able to find pet by their ID, by their race, by their weight, etc. So the GET method will allow you to get information from the database. And the POST request will basically allow you to create a new pet or upload an image for a pet. So to do some modification on the database, to add information to the database. Now let's go on Make to see how this is working. So the first use case I've selected is this software, Polygon.io. This will provide you an API key that you can see here that will allow you to retrieve information from the stock market. So let's say I want to use this API key. I go on Make, I type Polygon.io, and as you can see, we don't find this integration on Make. In this case, I will use the module HTTP make a request. So here, to fill this, let's go back on this software. So you open a new tab and you write polygon.io documentation API. And you will find this type of page. So this is the documentation for the REST API. You have multiple type of functions. So for market data endpoints, reference data endpoints, etc. So you have a lot of function. We will focus on this one, daily open close. So as you can see here, this is a get request. So here it's a get, it's okay. And for the URL here, we will first adjust the parameters. So the first one is the stock sticker. Here we will let it Apple. The date, we can select Tuesday, and adjusted, you can make it as you wish. I will let it true. Based on this parameter, here it will generate a link that you can use in your make module. So let's copy this. As you can see at the end, the API key GH04 is the API key that I have here. So this software create directly the link that you can copy paste, but for most of them, you will have to play with it. You will have to add your API key at the end or do some modification on the link. But this one provide the link directly based on your API key and the parameters. And on the right side, as you can see, you have the output. So this is a JSON. You have after hours, close, from, high, low, open, pre-market, status, symbol, volume. So let's copy this. I will go back on Make, paste the URL here. And these parameters are more for the post request, so you don't need to touch them when you do a GET request. We'll see just after how to use it for a post request, but now let's do this. And you want to select yes here in the parse response, so you don't have to use as they say here, I believe, yeah, you don't need to use JSON or XML parser. Let's say so we'll retrieve this information in this format, and now we just want, as an example, to create a small database to see how to retrieve the information we want. So let's go on Airtable, and let's say I want to retrieve the open market value of the stock, the highest and the lowest. So the first element will be the symbol. The second element will be the date. So this is date. Let me check what is the format. It's year, year, day and months. Let's go back here. Which one is it? The open price. This is a number. Let's see again. So there is two number after the comma. Let's click on OK. Let's duplicate this twice. This is the lowest. This is the highest. And the volume. And the volume was just a number. And we can click on OK. Let's go back on Make. Let's create a table module, create a record. Make basics, table 1. So let's run just the HTTP module before. So we can have the information on the Airtable module to use it. So the output is, yes, as you can see, symbol Apple, open, high, low. We have all the information we need. Let's link this. Oh, we need to do this again. So the symbol is Apple, the date is this, open is this, lowest is this, highest is this, and the volume is this. And basically, we should have in the database, yes, I didn't delete this before, but we have all the information we want. Basically, you can do this on whatever software and function you want with whatever type of data you want. Now, let's see the second use case. Let's say I want to use this software, Zero Code Kit. So this is basically a lot of small functions that are integrated in Make, Zapier, N8N via API key, and I don't know what this is. Let's say I want to use a text function and I want to use this function, compare string. But as you can see, it doesn't integrate with Make. You have Zapier, N8N, and API. So I will go on Make. I will create a module, zero code kit, yes. And as you can see here, we have the integration. But the thing is, as they say here, we don't have integration with Make. So what you can do is go down and you will find something called Make an API call. So you will click on this and yeah, we need to connect it. So let's move the trigger here. So you connect your account with an API key and you will have to fill these informations. So you do the same thing. You go on another tab, you write API documentation zero code kit, and you will find all the function here. And we want to use this function compare to string. So this is the function. This is a post request. In the body, so in this, you will need to fill string 1 and string 2 because this is the two string you will compare. And the answer is similarity and distance. And the request look like this. So this is a post request. Content type application JSON, string one, string two. Okay. So let's go back on make, and we need an endpoint. This is basically the URL that we've seen in the HTTP request. So we can go here and copy this. So this is the endpoint. Normally, you should have a base URL. Let's see here. I think we can find it here. No, API documentation. So yeah, this is the base URL here. Normally, you should copy this, paste it here, and go back on the API documentation. It was compare to string, yeah. And you should copy this and paste it like this. But because this is on the Zero Code Kit module directly, you only need to put the last part because they know this is the base URL. So let's keep it like this. As we said, this is a post method, item one content type application JSON, as we've seen. Oh no, it's here. As we've seen here. So this is in the header, and the body is a JSON. So let's go here. We copy only the JSON because this is to use it in code for JavaScript. You can use it also in Python, but because we use it on make, we only need the JSON. So you paste here your JSON. It should look like this. And with this, let's create a small automation so you can understand it better. I will click on OK. Let's delete this. Yes, delete. Let's delete this. Now let's add an Airtable module, watch record. Let me just move this here. Let's go back on this database, create a new one, table 2. And we will use what we've seen. Let's go back on JavaScript here. So the input will be string 1 and string 2, and the output is similarity and distance. So let's go here, string 1, yes, string 2, single line text, similarity. I think it was a number. Let me do this, duplicate this, and this will be created time because we use here Airtable as a trigger. So we need to have a created time column, and this was distance. Let me delete everything. Let's go back on make. We'll link this. The base is make basics. The table is table 2. The trigger field is created time. Created time here. And we can click on OK. And let's go on here. I just want to change here string 1 and string 2. And let me enter here text 1 test and text 2 test. Let me do this. We can go back here, run this, and see what we have. So the response is similarity 0.5 and distance 7. After this, you can add an Airtable module, update a record, base, make basics, table 2, The ID is the same. String 1 and string 2 are already entered by you on the database directly because this is a trigger. Similarity and distance. Let's go here, copy this, delete this, and paste this again. And let's see if it works. And normally here, yes, as you can see, you have the similarity and the distance. So as the previous automation, you can use it for whatever use case you need, but we've seen how to do a get and post request on different type of use case when you have an existing module and when we don't have one. If you use a lot of APIs in your automation, you will most likely need to understand how JSON works. I've made a video on how to master the JSON module that you can see here. If you have any question regarding this video, please let me know, and thank you for watching.